Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today I'm going to be doing a special edition reading and this will be a pick a card reading. So you can see several decks of tarot with me. I have my oracle deck. I also have messages from Divine Masculines card deck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be pulling cards for each of the groups. So you'll have to pick your numbers. It's gonna be group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. So take a deep breath and whatever number intuitively comes, to you, to your consciousness, pick that number without much analysis, much thinking. And so I'm going to be doing this reading. I'm going to be doing a mini read for each of the groups. I'm going to check what's going on with you, with your twin flame. Pick one oracle card for each of the group and pick some cards with messages from your twin. And because it's going to be a two-way of a long reading, if I'm going to be doing DM and DF distribution for each of the groups, I will do it in a matter of messages for the viewer. So and messages from your twin flame or situation about you and about your twin flame. I do realize that the majority of people watching are going to be divine feminines. However, we are all navigating karmic paths. We are all having our mirror insights of the journey. They're not exactly the same at the same time, but still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that there are certain aspects of the journey that only masculines go through, or only feminines. It's still relevant for each of the twins. They're just gonna witness them differently, but the energy is still gonna be the same. So it still counts, it matters that way, and that's how I'm guided to do this reading. So pick your number, pick your group, 1, 2, or 3, and we'll get started. For group number 1, I have my After Tarot cards, and by the way, there's 4 wands on the top of it. Here we have 6 of wands, just as good, and this is the Souls on Fire deck by Soulful Revolution. And then the third deck is my holographic deck, so it's gonna be the shiny one. It has Knight of Wands. It's a very passionate energy today. I think it's in part because we're approaching full moon in Aries, which is all on fire. And by the way, full moon is coming on Sunday. And I'm going to be doing, that means that tomorrow reading is going to be dedicated to full moon in Aries. And I will, of course, touch base on the astrological aspect of it, what it means, what this energy brings in for the twins. And I'm going to do a tarot reading, of course, to see how it's going to impact our collective. All right, and that's just one day before the 10th of October, which is the 1010 portal. It's gonna be exciting. Okay, let's get started. Group 1. Hopefully you had a chance to pick a group. You can pause the video if you need a little bit more time to decide. I'm starting with messages for group number 1. So first it's gonna be your energy, what's going on with you, and then it's going to be what's going on with your twin flame. And I'm actually going to start with an oracle deck. I'm being reminded that we should start from this first. So this is a card for the viewer. Clearing the axis. Perfect for the full moon time. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it's in your physical body or your physical space. Actually, this emphasizes the physical aspect of it, either the body or the space around you. And I'm actually going to take a note for myself, and I'm gonna do some cleanup this weekend on various levels and aspects. I'll do some for my body and for my space. Why not? It's a beautiful concept, beautiful intention for the end of a cycle which we're experiencing now. And I was actually listening to something from another tarot reader that I admire on the full moon energy, and she was actually just mentioning that was a channeled message that it's important, and I agree with that completely. You know, as for example, we're going to experience this full moon peak energy on Sunday, but it doesn't mean that you should just concentrate all your activity or energy or meditation in terms of releasing, completing the cycle, healing just on Sunday. I mean, it's just so much to take on, to be honest. It's going to be overwhelming if you try to do all of it in one day, and there's a good chance that you won't be able to. But because we are already in that energy, and the moon is already huge, and you can tell that it's a very it's one other of those special full moons in the sky. It's there, it's ready for you to take on, to work with that energy. So work with that energy. Don't wait till Sunday. Work with it today, work on it tomorrow, you know, make use of it. Love it. Clearing the axis. That was the oracle energy. Now let's see what we have as tarot. What kind of message we have for the viewer? Queen of Pentacles. Clarify your Queen of Pentacles, please. The Judgment card. Love it. And what do we have for the viewers' twin flame? What about your twin flame group number 1? Okay, got some cards. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. Another wand card. You're being turned on fire, basically, during this time. But I'll speak about it more tomorrow. Yeah, I picked them up as in reverse, so I'm going to take it that way. It's the 10 of Swords and Death in reverse. So yeah, let's see. We have Queen of Pentacles and Judgment for the viewer. So this is... this energy, and we have the kind of hunting aspect of it, right? We have this rabbit kind of skipping by. So what I'm getting from this is that you are being pointed to get together with a judgment call. You are being pointed to what is the next step in terms of your accomplishment and your becoming in the physical, right? You've already accomplished a lot, and that's one of the things you should acknowledge and give thanks and appreciate. What you have achieved and what you've been and the guidance you've already been given, but this is not the time to stop. And this rabbit that's like skipping across the card is to me, it's emphasizing the dynamic, the action. Like it's this you should keep going for sure. And that is not to say that you shouldn't take rest, you shouldn't take care of yourself. Of course you should prioritize that if needed, but it's very important to keep the momentum going and to, you know, you have a good thing going on. Just keep that momentum and develop on it. If you need help from somebody else, don't be shy. Ask for help from that someone else. Delegate some tasks if needed. But it's very important for your future, your kind of personal establishment. For a few of you, it's going to be more about personal stuff, like building relationships and connections. For a lot of you, it's going to be more on the professional level, and take it how it resonates. It can still be a hobby. It can be directly connected with your job and your main income. It can be a charity you're working on, whatever it is, but it's something substantial in your life, and there is a big opportunity to grow that. If you continue moving forward and you get rid of access that's actually pulling you back, because that's that burden that we are talking about so often when we go through tarot readings. Speaking of which, for your person, they're actually ending their painful cycle at this time. And I mean, this card actually reflects what they are supposed to do as well. And they're intuitively, it looks like they're intuitively feeling the need to kind of drop off this pain and release it and leave it in the past. And that's in turn what's going to be helping the transformation to come in for them. Right now, they're kind of denying it. They're kind of living in the moment of pain and suffering. It's kind of like, oh yes, I'm gonna sing a sad song about it, right? I'm just gonna cry a river of tears, etc., etc. They've been stuck in that energy for a while. Even if it didn't look like that on the surface, at least they were stuck in that energy, in their mindset, in their thoughts, right? Because swords are actually thoughts. So a lot of it was like the self-sabotaging thoughts that were just bringing up the pain over and over again. So now they're tired of it, and they're like, okay, it's time. And actually the point where the body is going to be buried, you know, when the person is supposed to find their peace. That's the logical ending. And again, the death card is connected with death and rebirth. So it makes a lot of sense that this needs to kind of get to its transition and to put this energy needs to get released before the transformation can come in. So it's still a little bit of stagnation in that painful energy, but it's gonna change very soon. Especially if your twin flame agrees and they take some action to declutter, to remove some things that are bothering them or that are feeding off their energy. It doesn't even, the trick is it doesn't even have to be connected directly with the pain they're experiencing. For example, if the pain they're experiencing is about a certain relationship, it doesn't mean that the declutter has to do something with that other person or the relationship. It can still be like as simple as clearing out clutter, I don't know, in a garage, or optimizing your space in the living room, or getting rid of like all, I don't know, maybe papers, maybe whatever it is that you could be collecting for a while and not getting rid of it, right? It can even be doing an annual medical checkup. That's also going to be decluttering energetically. Like there's so much that can be, and all of these things will be beneficial, like in this example, for that particular, for releasing that particular relationship pain and heartache. Okay, messages from your twin to yourself. Messages for group 1 from their twin flame. Okay, we have a couple. I now know how much I need you in my life. Yeah, as they release the pain, the clarity comes in. And I do check up on you. If anybody had any doubts, they do. They could do that through social media, through the friends that you have in common, whichever way they can. They're finding out information. Energetically works as well, yeah. I'm almost like feeling the question from some of you at this moment. What about telepathic communication? Oh yeah, of course. That is always there. And yes, that's how they check up on you as well. And again, if you're thinking about your twin flame not being awake, not really knowing how to do that, doesn't really matter. I know it sounds cheeky, but it doesn't. Because there is and even if they don't do meditation or like work with their consciousness, there's still times when they're dreaming, or just times when, for example, under certain, it could be under the certain substances or medicine, or just generally in a state of mind where it gets relaxed, the tensions get relaxed. And they're sending those messages energetically anyway from their subconscious. And there is a lot of love in their subconscious, and it's actually closer to the surface than it may seem, because even if they are in denial about the big twin flame love and the connection across lifetimes, at least they now know that they need you a lot in their life. Okay, group number 2. Where you need to be. Number 26. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. This is so interesting. Acknowledge how you're feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. So basically, surrender and trust. Okay, let's see what we have for group number 2 is tarot. What do we have? What kind of messages do we have for the viewer in group 2? Okay, 3 cards. Pair of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. There you go. That's the surrender part, divine timing part. And 9 of Pentacles. I love it. I love it. And I like the progression from 3 of Swords to the 9 of Pentacles. I almost said the Queen of Pentacles because this is like the minor arcana equivalent of the Queen of Pentacles. What kind of message do we have for the viewer's twin flame? What do we need to know about the viewer's twin flame in group 2? Oh, come on. This deck is misbehaving a little bit. We have the Hanged Man upside down and the Hermit up front. Okay, that works. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Lovely. Lovely to set yourself for the Friday mood. Why not? So, yeah, so basically this is a healing process. And again, this is, to me, is very much matching energy with the full moon, and getting some clarity and also releasing certain pain, right? In this case, it's the heartache from the past. It's something that's holding you back from the progress that you could be making, and from bringing in something loving and beautiful into your life. Whatever this relationship was, whether it was your twin flame or somebody else, it's basically until your heartache is healed, and only you can heal it for yourself. Until that is healed, you're not really open to any new relationship, because your psyche is still working in the protective mode, where, you know, it's trying to protect you from getting your heart broken again. If your heart is still hurting, that you will get triggered all the time, even if you're letting somebody kind and loving in your life, you're still gonna be on alert. You're still not gonna trust that person. It's not really fair either to you or to the other person, don't you think? So at this time, you're meant to get into this Nine of Pentacles state where you are enjoying your life. You see the beauty in it, the blessings, the giftings, and how amazing you are on your own, how much love and kindness and abundance you deserve in this world, because you do. So it's not like a placebo effect, it's telling yourself the truth effect and acknowledging what you have accomplished and dreaming about new things, right? It's like this card is about this person being in a garden, a beautiful garden. So you can envision your life as a garden, and what do you want to plant next, what kind of dreams you have for a garden. Maybe something, mix it up between something that's achievable, that you know how to achieve, which is going to take some effort, to something, mix it up with something that you feel like is one of those cherished dreams categories, right? But it's important to dream big as well. That's what I'm getting for you here. And just trust that the universe is working together with you at this time. It's trying to help you heal and release the heartache because it has so many beautiful things for you in mind. Take care of yourself though. Yeah, and be kind to yourself. So for some of you, I'm getting it's important not to put yourself into a spiral where you will be telling yourself that you've made a lot of mistakes, or it's not them, it's you. No, it's not about that. This is about healing. This is about, if anything, this card is about recognizing the power in it. Sorry guys, I need to pick up a card. The power of this time, of this energy, of this experience that you've been given, because it opened your eyes on new information about who you are, what do you want, what love really is, etc., etc. That's what you should be grateful for, and forgive yourself and the other person for anything that was said in anger and the moment of stress, anxiety, or maybe because this person has some issues, right? We're not saying that it's all black and white. Somebody's horrible and somebody's perfect. We're all human beings. We all have our egos, right? It's about more than anything accepting the situation as it is and letting go of it. And by the way, on the full moon, you can do some burning rituals where you can put some of those things on paper and burn it. That's a note for someone. Go outside. If you're inside, make sure you have like a bowl of water next to it so you can put it in the water, avoid any fire hazards. For your twin flame, we have the Hangman in reverse and the Hermit. Yeah, so your twin is, both of these are major arcana, so you can be sure that there is a divine intervention into your twin flame story, and they are being shown certain information that they've been avoiding. And what I'm getting is that for a while they've been in the Hangman energy. These energies actually have some things in common, and it's about reflection and introspection. But what your twin has been doing is using this time, so they've been put into the situation where they were prompted to take rest, to have time to think, to consider where they are, what they want, but they weren't really using it very well. They were mostly using it, for self-indulgence and to take rest, yes, but then just have fun, just escape in some other ways, escape the issues, ignore the elephant in the room if you wish. So now this is like a new cycle starting where they are being put in the Hermit energy, but there is this lantern that's adding light to what's really going on, so they cannot escape the truth. It's still going to be up to them to choose what to do about it, but it's almost like this is going to be undeniable information, like you cannot make it more clear, right? So it's not about keeping them in the Hangman territory anymore, because it's like, okay, that's enough of that. Okay, you've done enough. Now it's going to be about showing them the way so they can move forward. And to me, Hermit is, of course, a lot more of a walking figure, of a moving figure than the Hangman. If you're a Hangman, you're like stuck in the air. You cannot really go anywhere, right? But this is in reverse. And divine counterpart is now getting into the point of taking a walking stick and still getting some support from the universe, but starting to take steps and starting to, it's like, again, it's like moving in the darkness. Even if you have a lantern, you have a flashlight or whatever, it's still your knowledge of the surrounding is still limited, unless it's some place that you know really well, right? Otherwise, you're still kind of being cautious. You're probably not taking big steps. You're probably not running, right? You're still taking every step with care, and you're like putting the light there first to see where you're going. It's that sort of idea. So probably not a lot of fast movement, but it's going to be some movement. So your person has been pushed to take some steps and to move to the brighter and better tomorrow. Messages for group number 2 from their twin flame. This was a bit of a longer part, but it's fine. We'll take as much as long as we need. I'm trying to move quickly through the groups, but yeah, sometimes the messages just demand for me to take a little bit more time. Okay, we have, I know we're twin flames, by the way. I will message you soon. Yep, that's the nudge to move, to take steps. And finances are a factor. So that's going to be one of the directions they're going to be moving in. But hopefully in a healthier way. They need to sort out their finances. But it's going to be, instead of being desperate and trying, I'm getting this image of somebody trying to run in several directions at the same time and having a lot of doubt. It's going to be a more focused action so that it can bring results. That's good. Okay, that was group number 2. For group number 3, the oracle card is Let Your Personality Shine, number 33. I love it. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. I love it. And 2 major aspects here. First of all, let your personality shine and acknowledge your uniqueness. Second of all, stop comparing yourself to someone else. And it's like a different aspect of it, but just as important, right? I mean, first of all, they're trying to make a point that you can't, like when you talk about creativity and uniqueness, that's the point. If you say something or someone is unique, there is no comparison, right? Because they are unique by definition. But of course, from like a healthy identity standpoint, it's never good to do the comparison. And it's one of the toxic patterns when we start comparing ourselves to others and judging. That's the next step after comparison, always. We start judging ourselves and judging other people. And there is nothing good that can come from that. It's only gonna spiral downwards from there in terms of your energy, your mood, your vibe, your frequency, etc. So the energy for group 3. Oops. We have the World, and we'll clarify it by Ace of Swords because it fell second. The World, again, closure of the cycle. This wasn't supposed to be about the full moon, but it kind of is, which makes sense because we are checking the energies. Okay. Some of you will be going on a trip, or you're starting to plan a trip. Planned a trip. Yeah, right. Energy of your twin flame, what we are supposed to know. 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. So sweet! One of the twin flame cards. Okay, so group 3. So you are ending a cycle where you've been struggling with the truth. And what I mean by this is either you've struggled to speak your truth, honestly, straightforward, just give it to the person, or you struggle because you had to fight for it. Like there was so much confusion and ridiculousness going on around you that it seemed like at times that the truth was right there and it was so obvious, but people around you would still kind of go in circles around it but not actually see the truth. So you had to spend a lot of effort on bringing it to the surface and highlighting it to people in this situation. Of course, you got yourself in trouble at times, so there was all that kind of shenanigans and chaos around it. But now you are supposed, the cycle is ending. That's a good thing for that cycle. And the biggest outcome and the biggest truth with this is that you have a lot to bring to the table. And it's not supposed to be about fighting a battle. It's not really about not living until the person hears you, because some people are never going to hear you, or they're going to hear something different than what you're trying to say. It's about being in the moment and being your best self so you can shine the light, right? So you can lead by example. And more than anything, share your story. That's what's coming about for me. If you're going on a trip, if this is the travel side that resonates for you, then there will be some new things that you will learn about yourself, and new truths that you will learn about yourself on this trip. And you will be able to shine even brighter. But that's the ultimate bottom line. Let your personality shine. Bring that to the table. Do not try to fight people over what kind of nonsense they are talking about. Show them what you do, how you are, how you build relationships, your lifestyle, your views, your values, how you see things. Share more of that. The world needs it. The world needs it. Your twin flame has 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so again, there's a kind of a messy karmic cycle ending for them, where they haven't really let their personality shine. They were downplaying their energy. They didn't feel like they had a voice, and certain opportunities didn't pan out. They feel this regret that something didn't work out the way they wanted. And they could be blaming other people easily in this. Some of them will be blaming themselves as well. Bottom line, again, that's not really what's going to help them in the future. So there is certain divine intervention here with the Wheel of Fortune, where there will be another sort of karmic battle. It could be internal, could be external, but it's going to be something that will bring new angle to the situation they've been in. So whatever it was, so for example, let's say it was a business venture they wanted to take on, and do a startup, right? Start a company, do something amazing, but maybe they got involved with their own people or people who tricked them, and eventually they put a lot of effort in it but didn't really get anything out of it. And the bottom line is still in how did you approach it, what kind of people you chose, those kind of aspects, something that you can constructively analyze and learn from, right? Why did it come out that way? Why didn't I accomplish what I wanted to accomplish? It's not to discourage you. It's not for you to think that maybe it was the wrong choice. No, it's for you to see that you need to bring yourself to the table. If it's your project, your baby, your concept, your passion, let's put it that way, it doesn't have to be business, of course, then A, it's your decision how you want to run it, and B, you're supposed to do it authentically and not get carried away with what kind of BS other people are adding in and what they want, etc., etc. You're supposed to be the creative mastermind. So maybe you need to reconsider the conditions of how you're partnering with other people. Okay, messages from your twin to you. For the viewer. That was, of course, about the twin flame. So whoever was watching, that was about your twin flame. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but yeah, anyway. That's what happened to your person. And hopefully with the Wheel of Fortune, they're going to see the full circle and how things could have been different in a constructive way if they had made some different choices, so they can learn from it. I really do want us to work out. So for some of you, that cycle that they've been going through was with their twin flame, meaning with you, viewer. But they're learning. That's important. I do see myself settling down with you. Yep, they're not giving up. This magnetism between us drives me insane. Yeah, that's why they keep going back though, and trying again and again and again. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.